Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Something absolutely ridiculous. I was having a conversation with one of my computer buddies, and he made me he reminded me of this ridiculous. You can call it exploit. You can call it poor access control mitigation, whatever. But this was a way that you could access computers, any Windows machine, even Windows 10 before 2018. Okay? Even to this day, and even Windows 10, Windows 7, 8, yada yada, all of those are still accessible this way. So I'm going to teach you what it is. If you have this, I'm going to teach you how to prevent that from happening, because there is like a conscious way you can stop this exploit from happening. But it's amazing. You have to see what Windows and Microsoft did to quote unquote patch it. It's absolutely, it's honestly, it's just embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing when you think about it. Like these high-paying developers were like, yeah, let's just, have Defender watch the file. And if anything happens, we'll stop it from happening. Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. We'll just Defender. Defender will do everything. Defender will do everything. Windows Defender is the best. You know it. We know it. I know it. It's the best, right? Right. It's the best. Don't question that. It's the best for sure. So okay. So here's what we're talking about. When you go to a login, your typical login, you don't know the password, the username, no password, no username, no problem. Because the sticky key is there for you. Talking about the sticky key bypass. It's not a hack because it's not like you have to do anything crazy to basically hack it. It's not a hack. You're not changing anything. You're kind of just changing one little file name. Now, let me show you what it's about. So we were talking about this, and I was like, absolutely, like, what happens if this situation happens? Even if you made the precautions and if you're running a 2018 with Defender, you're still not protected under one condition. All right. So we're talking about. I also mentioned, I wonder if they only had sticky keys with Copilot. Oh my God. Microsoft really. I mean, even in the past, it's not even just today, modern day Microsoft. It's Microsoft since I don't even know when to tell you. They are forced to make a good product every time they launch a horrible product. XP was great, they just had to maintain it, give it a nice upgrade, just like Linux does with Ubuntu. Just give it a visual upgrade, give it some backend systems. Yeah, sure, it runs on a specific type of processor. We'll upgrade the freaking kernel to on the XP. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to like modify everything. You can do it slowly over time. So, oh my God. So he was reminding me, he goes, oh, where is it? Where is it? Da, 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 actual bears, da, da, da. Encryption doesn't do much. Encryption BitLocker, da, da, da. Yeah, exactly. Expects the same. Where is it that we started this? Oh yeah, and your encryption keys are on the cloud, so BitLocker is not going to do much for you, by the way. Especially if all our data is breached and Microsoft has crappy security. So sticky keys is an accessibility thing, but it always runs with system privileges because it has to kind of bypass all the front end impairments of a system. Because if you're in an accessibility situation, you're not going to be able to access and maybe verify admin or verify any sort of like extreme user policy confirmation, passwords, whatever. Maybe you can't see, maybe you can't hear, maybe there's some sort of accessibility issue, right? You just cannot access or verify with the accessibility key. And they made it for a convenient manner so that people can basically have a better way of getting access to this accessibility menu. Well, that's when you press 5 times on your keyboard on a Windows machine. So I implore you, press 5 times on your keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you have a little pop-up that comes up, you're probably, what's the word? You're probably not protected. I always remove this sticky key thing because one, I don't even notice it sometimes on a new installation, but eventually I play a game and I'm doing shift to crouch a bunch and like go up and down behind like a barrier so I'm not getting shot while I shoot back sort of thing. And then it pops up and I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? I don't like this. What are you doing, sticky keys? So I go disable it. And rightly so. This should always be disabled unless you actually need it. In fact, that should be one of the considerations with Windows is whether you want to like enable this or not by default. They know this is an imperfection. So this sticky key exe called Seth RC or Set C, we're about to see it. It was a way for anyone, even from the login, to just tap 5 times and boom, the accessibility comes up. Now, the workaround, it used to be you boot the system. This is a case scenario where you're in front of the computer. You boot the system into safe mode. You access typical login because normally for some systems, when you're in safe mode, it bypasses logins and it takes you to admin and things like this. But you don't even have to do that. You can do this through like a live CD Linux system or a Windows PE system. If you don't know what Windows PE is, it's basically like a live version of Windows. A very small operating system, very lightweight, stripped down, yada yada. And you can basically use it to access other systems. It has a similar sort of live environment, a bootable environment for IT professionals. Okay. So you would use that, put on USB, plug it into the computer, boot into it, probably the easiest way to do it. Go into the Windows folder. This is where the first fix is one, assuming that your computer is a laptop and you take it out and you don't want to get it stolen. If you have an unencrypted BitLocker with sensitive information on it, you probably want to encrypt your system. You always want to encrypt your system if that device is going to leave your home. It's general security. You don't want anyone logging into all your accounts because it's basically just a file system that can be accessible from another system running through a USB, unless it's encrypted. Then you have that situation. If you know the computer's staying at home all the time, then really the only time you have to worry about it is when you're, well, you know, you get broken into, which would be very bad if you get broken into and stolen all your stuff. So the idea here is if your laptop, let's say, doesn't have BitLocker, you lose it, someone steals it, your backpack, something. Well, if they're clever enough, they can basically access your files on your device, even if you think it's safe behind a password. If it's not BitLock secured, it's you don't even yeah, I mean, see, BitLock Secure is a great first level, but you do want to have a BIOS or UEFI password because let's say you only have a UEFI password, they can flash the firmware. They can reset it and remove the CMOS, reset the BIOS, and now they have access to an unencrypted system. So you want to have both the password for the UEFI and BIOS. If they're stupid, they won't know what to do about it. If they're smart, they'll find the CMOS battery, take it out for a little bit, reset the BIOS, and then boom, no more password. And then they'll have access to your unencrypted drive. So that's the first level of security. Just basically stop them at the BIOS. Don't let them even get to the Windows login screen. That's the first level, right? So the system basically, you replace a set of files. There's a couple of them, but this is the most common way it was done. You take this sethc.exe, which is where the sticky keys executable is, which is in the system32 file. This System 32, System 64, what was it? I can't remember where that is. It's one of the two. 32, I think it was 32. It's in the Systems 32 folder, and it's basically where the cmd.exe is also. So what you would do is just rename this file, put a little 1 at the end, or just remove it completely with .backup when you rename it, or delete it, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then copy command .exe, cmd.exe, and rename it to the exact same file. Because the shortcut is looking for this file. When you press 5 buttons, 5 shifts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the file that's being pointed to. And even, I mean, it's not the file itself that it cares for. They don't even do a check to make sure that the file is a certain size. Just the name. They only check for the name of the file in the System32 folder. So you can replace anything on your whole system, copy it in the System32, and then basically rename it set C. And then when you press that shift button 5 times, it runs that application. And it runs it in admin mode because it's within the System32 folder. Like, tell me how that's not like the biggest L I've ever heard. But okay, you're like, hey, Windows fixed that, right? Surely they found a way to check to see if that file is the same file. If maybe, I don't know, the size of the file, right? The size, right? The size. Or the data was modified, right? Or like a MD5 checksum, right? Anything useful like this. Well, if you thought any of those, you're smarter than them. Because you know what they did? They included Windows Defender. And Windows Defender checks to see from a third perspective. Hey, is this file the same file? And you're like, okay, that's good, right? Windows Defender. Surely that was the way to work it. Well, then I asked AI. When I was thinking about this, I asked him the same question. I was like, wait a minute. He goes, didn't they patch that? And I'm like, yeah, I remember that one. That's old. Maybe XP Access older. Da 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 da. And then I go, wait a second. Why did I say? What did I say? Oh man, remember, it's not even fully patched. Yeah. Okay, so then we went through here. It's like, wait, it's not even fully patched. I'm like, amazing. They literally built a castle on cards. Basically, watches setc.exe. If it gets replaced, probably by some sort of MD5 checksum. But this is Defender doing it. This is Defender, not the operating system that it exists on. Not the 5 keys that get pressed to check maybe as a third file. Why not have another file in another location be activated with that 5 key? And that file has a set of requirements, including the fact it's a shortcut. It cannot be X amount of, bits short. And then that file will take you to the setRC. So then you would have to replace that super small file with something. But then it will be like, hey, wait a minute. The file is not the same size. We're not going to let you do that, Steve. We're not going to let you change that file. You'd figure that'd be the way to go. At least one of the ways. But no, they said, hey, Defender, the Windows Defender, you're going to be the one. You just watch this file all the time now, please. If it changes, just stop it from working. Just don't let it happen. If it happens, I'm like, wait a minute. So you're telling me if Windows Defender is the one watching that file, and if it's watching that file, but isn't it sometimes you install another antivirus? Kaspersky, McAfee, AVG, Malwarebytes, you name it. There's plenty of them out there, right? And what happens? Think about it. You can't have 2 of them running at the same time. That new antivirus disables it disables Defender. And I was like, wait a second. In the current situation, what if the new thing dropped? Like, what if it was literally just disabled by another antivirus? And I was like, all right, AI, do it. And I go, what if another antivirus protection software replaces the running Defender system since one can work without compatibility and run issues of two? Yes. In most cases, the classic sticky keys bypass becomes effective again. You just have to turn off Defender and that whole. I'm literally face palming my face also as my avatar is because I'm still thinking about how lazy that fix was. That even when you install another antivirus and it says, hey, we can only have one running at a time, we noticed that your Windows Defender is running. So we gotta turn it off, because it's two of them and they're gonna conflict. So let us turn it off. And then you install McAfee or AVG or Kaspersky or Malwarebytes or whatever. Get my drift? So what happens? Well, Defender gets disabled completely, and now that same exact thing is doable again. Microsoft 2018 mitigation signature that auto reverts the replaced file or removes the debugger registry entry lives inside Microsoft Defender. Like, oh my god, dude. This makes me wonder, these guys have been building on their operating systems. They can't fix or find a clever way to obfuscate a file that has to have admin privileges with a shortcut key on the keyboard. And they were like, hey, we should get something called Defender. It's gonna defend us, right? It's gonna defend us. I think defending us. Yes. We're gonna call it Defender, and it's gonna defend us because it defends. I'm just like, oh my god, it hurts to think about, man. It hurts to think about. It hurts. So another antivirus, so not all systems will basically be affected, right? Sure, you can use Defender, but that's already not known to be the best antivirus. You're kind of cutting yourself short. Most people install Norton, Bitdefender, Kaspersky, ESET, McAfee, whatever. They all turn off Defender's real-time protection to avoid conflicts, which is the exact same protection that reverts any replaced file in the System32 folder, which means at that point, if you know a system doesn't use Defender or you just want to try it out and see, pop in a live CD. Go into the System32. Rename SethC to, take a CMD, copy and paste it, make a second one, and then name it SethC by also maybe renaming this to something else because you'll have a conflict. And you know what you do then? You reset the computer, go to the login, press Shift 5 times, and then the terminal pops up with admin privileges. Welcome to that computer. Oh, it hurts to think that these people actually made our systems. It's almost like they did it on purpose. It feels like they did it on purpose. It really, really does. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. It was a very quick video. I was just talking about it with my buddy here. So I told him about the details. He goes, incredible. Hell, Microsoft. Garbage, bro. They're so retarded, it's painful to even think. That was their fix. Honestly, it's probably the only thing Defender exists for. Honestly, Defender is not that great. Defender is some kind of live monitor, which is also why Windows consumes so much memory. That's true too. So I gave him all the details I just discovered. It's crazy that they even ship Microsoft to so many businesses with that in mind. I guess they probably leave it so easily hackable so they can sell more things to companies. Hey, check out the antivirus because we're partnered with them. And I'm like, well, that's kind of the point, right? Create a problem that didn't exist and then sell that solution back to the user. I mean, do I have to say anything more than just AI? Basically, everything now is AI, including hackers are using AI. And what happens there? Well, hackers use AI to optimize their abilities to get in your computer. And now security professionals have to use AI to defend against those hackers. Who wins? Just follow the money. Follow the money. It's the AI that wins because now the AI is like the United States and the Iraq War, or any war. They're funding both sides. Oh, this system is broken. Anyway, that's it. That's all.